Episode 17 of Hot TV is coming your way right now. A very emotional episode coming up as we travel back a few months ago and look at the amazing tag team match between Violence and Volume and the Heartbreakers, where unfortunately the Heartbreakers were forced to break up, one of the most popular teams in House of Pain Wrestling. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. But before then, we have an exclusive interview with former Heartbreaker Zack Morris. We'll see what he has to say about his upcoming matches and the success of his former tag team partner Riley Nova. But until then, our first match this week, we return to Reneth as we see the Human Dynamo H-Block going one-on-one with the Pro Team, Brandon Brooks. Welcome to Reneth, House of Pain fans. This match should be an absolute barn burner between two of the fastest wrestlers in House of Pain. The Human Dynamo H-Block and the man that let down his fans, the Protein of Protein, Brandon Brooks. As you see him go for a flying kick on H-Block, counting into a headlock. Brandon Brooks knocks him down, but H-Block nips back to his feet. Brandon Brooks hasn't seen. Still got his back to him. H-Block bypasses him to the ropes. Nice high leapfrog, drops down. Brandon Brooks rolls over. Leapfrogs H-Block. H-Block reverses his reverse monkey flip and kicks him square in the face. And follows up with a low drop kick. Once again to the side of the face of the Protein of Protein, Brandon Brooks. He let many fans down when he joined the hated gang Pro Team. As you see H-Block avoiding him in the corner, backflipping and kicking him again in the head. Brandon Brooks seemingly doesn't know whether he wants to stay standing or fall over. Now he's seemingly seeing things as H-Block grabs him by the back of the head and throws him out of the ring to the hardwood floor here in Reneth. H-Block following him. Wants to do some damage on the outside, it appears. See Brandon Brooks trying to get away as he sits him down, letting the crowd know, and slaps him square across the chest with a hard chop, dragging him back to the ring now, putting him up against the ring post. Oh, and he misses with the second chop attempt. Oh, Brandon Brooks misses as well. As you heard, his hand connect with that ring post and it rang all the way around the hall here in Reneth. He is clutching that hand and it is hurting, ladies and gentlemen. As you see his head bounce off the apron and H-Block rolls him back in the ring. I think just in time. I think referee Tony Allen there was almost up to 10. Full steam ahead by H-Block and straight into the buckle. Brandon Brooks with a brutal drop kick, square in the chest, sending H-Block backwards into the corner, snapping his neck back. We'll be back in a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. We're back, House of Pain fans. The Protein of Protein, Brandon Brooks, has taken firm control of this match after sending H-Block flying backwards into the corner with that brutal drop kick. As you see him locking in a very painful looking abdominal stretch. H-Block trying to fight out of it and gets out and returns fire with a big hip toss. Let's see if H-Block can overcome the pain in his ribs and his neck as he nails Brandon Brooks in the corner with a clothesline. Charges in for another one straight into a back elbow from Brandon Brooks, sending him down to the mat. Now, you see Brandon Brooks trying to follow up with a one-footed pin. He's going to have to do a lot more than that to keep down the Human Dynamo. Another trait of Pro Team. Brandon Brooks a few months ago wouldn't have used a tactic like that. But now he's been hanging out with Troy, Mr. Number One, Niall Hind, and others. Seems to have inherited the cocky attitude that goes along with it, as you see again, standing over H-Block, slapping the back of his head, verbally putting him down, telling the crowd he's going to finish this. Not traits of the fan favourite Brandon Brooks. Off the ropes, and H-Block puts him down with an unexpected clothesline to Brandon Brooks, sending him straight down to the mat. Both men down now. Let's see who can get back up to their feet and capitalise on this situation. You see H-Block using the ropes to pull himself up as Brandon Brooks runs straight into a boot of H-Block. He's still in the corner. A front dip over, full steam off the ropes. Lovely flying forearm, and nips back to his feet. The pace is picking up with a flying clothesline, a kick to the knee, a big forearm to the side of the head. You see the adrenaline starting to course through H-Block's veins, and a big kick to the side of the face. How many has Brandon Brooks taken of those? He's not going to like those bruises around his face region in the morning. As you see H-Block sending Brandon Brooks to the corner again. Probably going to get a full steam ahead with a flying back elbow and a beautiful transition to the apron. As you see him with a big kick to the back of Brandon Brooks' head as he springs and twists. Beautiful moonsault. Amazing ability there by the Human Dynamo, but a big mistake in not going for the pin. He might have had him there. He's obviously taking exception to Brandon Brooks' verbal beatings earlier on in the match, and he wants to give him some back. He goes for a back suplex. Brandon Brooks twists out of it, twists him through, lifts him up, and nails him with a reverse DDT, elevation style. And H-Block kicks out. You see the look on Brandon Brooks' face. Almost a look of confusion that H-Block was be able to kick out of that. As you see, once again, Brandon Brooks taking his eye off the ball, not following up straight away on the advantage. Possibly thinking, what else could I do? He's lining him up for the disaster kick, and he jumps. H-Block jumps underneath into that beautiful handspring elbow that sends Brandon Brooks rolling back to his feet and drops it the back of his head onto his knee. All impact there by H-Block, but once again not following up with the pin. He's in position for that split-legged moonsault out of the corner. Brandon Brooks sees it coming. H-Block sees Brandon Brooks move and lands on his feet as he counters the clothesline into the backslide. He's using the ropes, and Brandon Brooks, the protein of Pro Team, takes the win here in Reneth. The fans are not happy with that result, as you see someone telling the referee about the feet on the ropes. Welcome back, House of Pain fans. We are here on episode 17 of House of Pain TV and an exclusive interview with one half of the former Heartbreakers, Mr. Zack Morris. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, never better. Considering the circumstances, I'm as good as can be.
Good.
Now, our feature match on this episode is indeed the tag match between Violence and Volume and the Heartbreakers. I'm sure you would agree, as a lot of House of Pain fans would agree, one of the most heartbreaking, pun intended, moments in House of Pain history, when you and Riley Nova, you know, the ultra popular Heartbreakers, were forced to split up as a result of losing that match. A very emotional moment. But since then, I mean, 4 or 5 months ago now, since then, you have had a bit of success in the singles ranks with a win over BFD. How does it feel being out there by yourself, you know, without Riley in your corner?
Yeah, well, the thing is, as me and Riley, we had a great connection, and 2 years it took us. We had a great run with the tag titles, and as you said, it was really disheartening to actually lose it in the end. We thought we had it. Violence and Volume just got the better hand of us, and I'm not taking anything away from them. They're a great team, but we're men of our words, and we had to split, and no one liked it. The fans didn't like it. We didn't like it. We're best mates, and we had to go our separate ways. But I must say, it's a bit of a buzz going back into the singles. The singles category. I never really got a run in there, and seeing what I can do, I just got back with BFD, and we went at it, and I got the upper hand, and it gave me a lot of hope, and I got a real good buzz out of that. So, things are looking good, and as much as I miss teaming with Riley, I think I'm going to enjoy this.
That's good. It's good to hear. I think a lot of the House of Pain fans and the House of Pain roster would agree that as a team or as individuals, both yourself and Riley have very big futures in the singles ranks, which brings me to my next point. Unfortunately, you were unable to make the House of Pain TV tapings over the original 11 episodes, where it seemed that your former partner, Riley, was almost being taken under the wing of the massively popular Diamond Dave Andrews. So with that being said, where does the future of Zack Morris lie in your mind? Okay, what is it going forward for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, Riley can he can do it all. He can team with DDA. He can do it in the singles. He's a great lad, and he's got a lot of talent. But I don't feel like I need a mentor right now. I feel like I've got what it takes to go on my own and see how far I can progress. I've got a lot in mind. The biggest challenge at this moment, what I'm aiming for, my target, is what's around Danny Chase's waist, and that's the middleweight championship. That is my goal at the moment. I feel like when I get back to it, I'll work my way up, and I think I can have him.
That's great. That's great to hear. We had a bit of a heated discussion a few weeks ago between the champion Danny Chase, Dante Durden, and the loudmouth Davey Thompson over who is the rightful number one contender and who will be facing Danny Chase for that title. And adding you to the mix will most certainly produce fireworks. But on that note, on where does the future of Zack Morris lie, we are going to bring in a young man who indeed has a slightly different answer as to where your future lies. He is the protein of Pro Team, who turned his back on all of his fans a while back and joined Niall Hind and Troy. He is Brandon Brooks. And Brandon, if you can hear me.
Hello. How's it going?
Well, it's going all right, Brandon. We were just explaining to Zack that apparently you have bigger plans in your mind for Zack.
Yes.
Future lies, and I'll let you explain that one.
Zack, my good friend, let's look at wrestling and everything you loved. You loved being in a team, and you say you love singles. So why don't you, come and join a good old faction where you can do a bit of both all in one. You could team, or, we could just be at ringside and, help you secure the middleweight title like you're after. When I joined Pro Team, the first thing that happened to me was titles. I joined full throttles in my hands. You could join middleweights in your hands. These things to come and go, Zack. But what truly stays is family and friends. And in Pro Team, we are a big group of family and friends. Plus, you call yourself the Heartbreaker. In Pro Team, we break a lot of women's hearts. That's just, that's standard. And I think you'd fit in quite well, what was you going to say?
Well, a proposal there of sorts from Brandon Brooks. Zack Morris, do you think you'd fit into the pro team ranks?
Absolutely. You know, obviously you can't come in at the top, Zach. You'd have to come in at the bottom. But, you know, hard work and dedication, I've seen it in you in that ring. You know, you're tough, resilient. You know, I've seen you do a few questionable things here and there in the ring. And, you know, those are things we like to exploit in pro team. And if you keep working hard like I've seen, you can work your way up the ranks of pro team in no time.
Work up the ranks of pro team. Right. Okay.
What a proposal.
Well.
So what do you say, Zach?
As nice as your offer is, Brandon, I'm going to have to decline. Brandon, I don't like what you do. You're spoiled. You follow Troy and his boys, and you cheat, you cause mayhem, and about these girls that like you, that's in your dreams, mate. The only woman that likes you is your mum, and she only likes you if you put your laundry in the laundry basket, mate.
I'll be down in a minute. I've got to go.
Right. There you go.
Oh, delusional Brandon Brooks. Is that his new nickname, potentially?
Sounds good to me.
Who knows? Maybe some things to think on there, Zach. As far as pro team, I know you said no. Take the night, as they say. I hope you don't. I think you've got a hell of a future, as you said, by yourself.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you rise up the ranks and go after Danny chasing that middleweight title. But House of Pain fans, until whenever it is, Zach, okay, thank you for being here. And we look forward to what you can do in the future.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. See you in a few short moments, House of Pain fans. Well, it looks like Zack Morris has some questions to answer and some decisions to make. Let's hope he makes the right call. And as you saw, Bam Barton, the heavy hitter, looking to get back in the action and make some headway in the House of Pain heavyweight division. But now we return to Beeston from back in February as we see Violence and Volume defending the House of Pain tag team titles against the Heartbreakers. And if the Heartbreakers lose, they were forced to split up. Let's check out the action. Hello House of Pain fans, it is main event time here in Beeston and it has come down to this. The Heartbreakers against Violence and Volume. The winners win the tag team titles and the Heartbreakers have started off hot, taking down both the almighty Bjorn and Davey Thompson, showing fire and aggression rarely seen from the Heartbreakers, showing just how much this opportunity means to them, because the losing team on this night will be no more. As you see the action spilling to the outside as Zack Morris and Riley Nova take down Violence and Volume with a double baseball slide, and there you see Zack Morris with a vicious forearm to the almighty Bjorn. Davey Thompson laying into the back of Riley Supernova. This match has got out of control in a hurry as you see all four men fighting around the ring. This is scramble rules. No tags necessary. All four men are legal. Therefore, there can be no countouts. But disqualifications still apply. All four men brutally laying into each other right now. They're not interested in a wrestling match, ladies and gentlemen. This issue goes far beyond that. As you see Zack Morris throwing Bjorn straight through the doors at the back of the venue. You see, well, Bjorn making a tremendous doorstop there as the cameraman gives us a close-up view of the damage to Bjorn as violence and as the Heartbreakers, has now isolated Davey Thompson in the ring, using fantastic tag team work to try and wear him down. Maybe before Bjorn recovers to even the odds. Smart game plan by the former champions, the Heartbreakers. As you see Zack Morris there with a back elbow, a knee by Riley Nova, and a fantastic flying uppercut off the second by Zack Morris. But the loudmouth Davey Thompson manages to kick out. You hear the crowd. The Heartbreakers, without a doubt, one of the most popular teams in House of Pain history, as you see Riley Nova be tripped to the outside by the almighty Bjorn, now recovered from being thrown through those doors at the back of the venue. You see Davey Thompson putting down Zack Morris with that back suplex, bouncing his head off the mat. And now it seems the tables have turned and Riley Nova is down on the outside. And it looks like Violence and Volume are going to pick apart Zack Morris and try and finish this match. Let's see if they can work as much of a team as the Heartbreakers did just now. See Bjorn shouting about how good they are. Some things never change no matter what's on the line. See Davey Thompson laying in some stomps, but Zack Morris will not stay down, trying to fight back. But 2 against 1, it's not going to be easy. So you see Davey Thompson picking him up with another back suplex. Again, bouncing his head off the mat. And Bjorn positions him, takes a run up, bounces off the ropes and spins and lands a high impact. Flipping senton off the second rope. But still Zack Morris not staying down. These tag team titles mean so much to both teams. The winners take the spoils, the losing team will be no more. So you see Violence and Volume figuring out what to do with Zack Morris up on Davey Thompson's shoulders. I don't think Bjorn has seen Riley Nova come into the ring as Riley Nova meets the charging Bjorn with a flying knee as he lays into Davey Thompson with some heavy duty punches now. Firing up on the almighty Bjorn, a big uppercut to Davey. Bjorn ducks and eats the second kick right in the face. As you see the aggression and the intensity of Riley Nova coming out and the crowd coming alive for his energy. A whip to the corner, a boot, another boot to Bjorn's face. He avoids Davey, gives him a big forearm. Springs in off the second and a huge double blockbuster, taking out both of Violence and Volume. Riley Nova is a house of fire. We've got to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in just a few moments. We're back, House of Pain fans. This match has seemingly had it all already. Both teams pulling it out of the bag, showing how much these tag team titles and indeed the survival of their teams mean to them. All four members have put in A hell of a shift. And they are seemingly beating the crap out of each other, and it continues right now with all four men paired off. Riley and Davey taking out both of the opposite teams with big kicks to the face as Riley Nova counters a figure four leg lock into a roll up for a close near fall. Now he takes down Davey Thompson. Davey Thompson showing some wrestling skill, countering that double leg takedown into a roll up of his own. Now Davey Thompson going for a reverse DDT. Riley Nova spins over with a schoolboy roll up. Davey Thompson kicks out, but now Riley Nova is caught in the yes lock, a version of the crossface used by WWE superstar Daniel Bryan to great effect. And now you see Riley's tag team partner Zack Morris being taken down into a crossface of his own by the almighty Bjorn. The Heartbreakers are in trouble. Riley looks like he's going to tap, but Zack Morris is stopping him. You hear the crowd here in Beeston firmly behind the Heartbreakers, trying to will them out of this bad position, and both of them power out of the moves. Up on the shoulders, double attitude adjustment. And both of Violence and Volume kick out just before 3. Breathtaking scenes here in Beeston. The tag team titles are on the line. Which team will take home the gold and which team will be forced to split up? You see Riley and Zack locking eyes, almost reading each other without words. These men have teamed for years now. They know each other like the back of their hands, figuring out what's next to put Violence and Volume down. Zack Morris off the ropes, but a miscue. Zack Morris accidentally kicking Riley Nova as Davey Thompson shifted where Riley was. And a huge high impact move by Violence and Volume there. They both thought that they had Riley Nova down for the count, but young Riley Nova once again showing his heart, showing his grit, showing his toughness, and surviving again, kicking out. Violence and Volume are not happy. They thought that was it. You see Davey Thompson hoisting Riley on his shoulders, Zack pulling him down, but again avoiding Davey Thompson, but unfortunately Riley was still in the way. Bjorn off the ropes, and gets hit with a huge clothesline, turning him inside out, courtesy of Zack Morris, who now has Davey Thompson in the corner, posting him up on the top rope, slapping him in the face for good measure. Now Zack Morris going up there, maybe going for a superplex. As you see Davey Thompson holding onto that top rope and blocking. Now fighting back, trying to change the momentum, the tide of the match. Both men not in a good spot. Davey Thompson has him hooked, and a side effect off the second rope. Zack Morris's head bounced off the mat on that one. He is laying prone as you see Bjorn coming off the top with a massive elbow drop. But Zack Morris kicks out. The Heartbreakers will not stay down. They want those belts. They want to remain a team. As you see the House of Pain faithful here in Beeston, firmly behind the Heartbreakers. Absolute fan favourites have always been for the past 2 years. What can Violence and Volume do to retain the belts and stay a tag team? With each kick out of the Heartbreakers, it must get more and more confusing what they can do. Here it is. They're going for that elevated spinning DDT that they have put many teams away with. But as you saw, Riley Nova just pushed all 3 of them into the referee. Whether that was intentional or not isn't clear. But the almighty Bjorn just took out Riley with a big spear of his own. And now the referee is down. We said that countouts did not exist in this match, but disqualifications did. And now Violence and Volume taking full advantage of the referee being down. They have both tag team titles, aiming for Zack, but Riley Nova pushes his tag partner out of the way and eats a bullet for Zack Morris. Zack Morris has fallen to the floor. Riley Nova has not moved since that belt shot, and now Davey Thompson has gone backstage for a new ref. But Riley Nova, one more time, kicking out. He will not stay down. Even after a belt shot to the back of the head, saving his tag team partner, Zack Morris, he will not give up. He may have kicked out, but you can see at the back of the ring there, Riley Nova is not in a good way. And now Zack Morris, as you once again hear the House of Pain fans firmly in his corner, knowing the challenge ahead of him. He's going to do this 2-on-1 as he runs up Violence and Volume and takes them both out with a big double clothesline. And now he's laying into Davey Thompson, but he's got to watch out for Bjorn, who spins him round and gets charged back to the corner. Zack Morris seems indestructible right now as he throws Davey into Bjorn, blocks him. Bjorn accidentally knocking his partner Davey off the apron, and now Riley Nova springs to life. That's the move they won the tag team titles with. But Bjorn kicks out, and you see the look of utter shock on Zack Morris's face. He cannot believe it. They not only won the tag team titles with that move, they have put away many a team whilst defending the belts until they lost them to Violence and Volume a few months ago. But no one has ever kicked out of that Samoan drop neckbreaker combination that they call the Broken Heart. And now Zack Morris seemingly just doesn't know what to do. They've never been in this position before. Zack and Riley, after hitting that move, they've never seen the rest of the match. As you see, maybe they're going to try a new idea, as Bjorn is now on Zack Morris's shoulders. Davey Thompson gets on the apron. Oh no, another miscue. Unfortunate collision by the Heartbreakers. Zack knocking Riley out of the ring. But Davey, dear God. Davey Thompson hoists Riley up on his shoulders on the outside and gave him a rolling Samoan on the hardwood floor. Now, they've elevated Zack Morris and spat him into that crossroads. And ladies and gentlemen, Violence and Volume have retained the House of Pain tag team titles. Which means they stay the beasting crowd here, the House of Pain fans not happy at all. Violence and Volume, by hook or by crook, have retained the House of Pain tag team titles, and they remain a team through that win. And now, unfortunately, I think it's become a reality to every House of Pain fan here in Beeston what that means for Riley Nova and Zack Morris. With that loss, not only do they go home beltless without the House of Pain tag team titles, as you can see them locking eyes, they know what's about to happen, and everyone here in Beeston knows what's happened, and they just can't believe it. A stunned silence here in Beeston over the House of Pain fans, as one of their favourite teams, the Heartbreakers, And you hear that reaction, ladies and gentlemen. The House of Pain fans have grown up with this tag team, seen them go from boys to men, from challengers to champions, and after an absolute Herculean effort to regain the belts, as you see Zack Morris and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest teams in House of Pain history, Zack Morris and Riley Nova, the Heartbreakers, forced to split up after that loss, but will remain in House of Pain hearts for a very long time to come. There you have it, House of Pain fans, one of the most emotional moments in House of Pain history as the Heartbreakers, Riley Nova and Zack Morris forced to break up and disband as a team through that loss. Both men still have very bright futures in the singles ranks, and we'll see what they can do in the coming months here in House of Pain Wrestling. That's all we have time for this week. Until next week, have a safe week and stay safe, everybody.